Peter Kagan is written by Gordon Bok, an American out of Maine. Now this is allied to the Silky stories, the Seal People. And you must have written it back in the 60s. Peter Kagan was a lonely man in the summer of his years. Then one day he got tired of being lonely, and he went away off to the eastward. And when he came again, he had a wife with him. She was strange, you know, but she was kind, and people liked her. And she was good for Kagan. She kept him company. And with her came the summer they were happy. Kagan had a dory then. He had a lug sail on. He'd go offshore 3-4 days at a time, setting for the fish. Oh, his wife was sad then. She never liked to see him go. She'd go down and she would call to him, Kagan, 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 bring the dory home. The wind and sea who follow thee, and all the ledges call ye thee. He said he could hear her singing 20 miles out to sea. And when he heard her, he'd come home, if he had fish or not. She was a seal, you know. Everyone knew that, even Kagan knew that, but no one would say it to him. Then one day in that year's autumn, he says, I've got to go now. Go offshore and get some fish. She starts crying, please don't go. Oh, the wind is coming and the snow. Kagan, 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 don't go out to sea. The stormy wind and snows do come, and oh, I do fear for thee. But Kagan's not afraid of snow. It's early in the year. Kagan puts the oars in and he goes to sea. Kagan sails out on the middle ground. The wind is west all day and going down. The fish are coming to him. Kagan reads the writing on the water in the sky. He sees the haze up very high above the clouds. He says, that's all right for autumn, only a change of wind. I'm not afraid of wind. But Kagan reads it wrong this time. The wind goes away and comes back from the southeast. The fog comes round him. Kagan says, I better go now. Find that gong boy off the sunken ledges, then I'll know the best way home. Kagan puts the sail up and he bears away to the north for the gong. But all the wind is watching. The wind backs around to the east and breezes on. They sail a long time. The sail is pulling very hard. Finally, the wind is so strong, the sail tears out. Kagan takes it in, and the dory goes a-drifting. Kagan, 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 bring a dory home. The wind and sea follow thee, and all the ledges calling thee. By and by, the boy goes away. Kagan says, okay. He puts the oars in, and he starts to row back up for the gong. But all the wind is watching. The wind backs around to the northeast and makes the seas confused. The wind says, listen, I've got something to tell you. Kagan rowing. I don't want to hear it. The wind humps up now, makes the seas short, makes it hard for him to row. Finally, the seas are so steep, Kagan knows he isn't getting anywhere. Kagan takes the oars in, and the dory goes a-drifting. Kagan says, okay. Now I've got something to show you. Kagan takes a slip of wood to make a needle. He waxes up the handline for a thread. He sews the sail up smaller. He sews a reef in it. The wind says, what are you doing? Kagan says, you keep watching. Kagan puts the sail up and he bears away to the northward for the dawn. But all the wind is watching. The wind backs around north-northeast. Kagan can't hold his course now. Kagan says, okay. He brings the boat about. Now he's steering east. The wind says, you're heading out to sea. Kagan says, that's all right. I'm not afraid of water. I'll bring that boat about by and by when I can fetch that gong. The wind says, I'll veer on you. I'll go east again. Kagan says, you do that and I can hold my course again. The wind says, I'll back. Kagan says, you back too far and you'll have to clear, you know that. I can keep ahead of you. The wind says, you may be smarter, but I'm stronger. You watch. The wind gets bigger, blows harder. Finally, there's too much wind. The sail says, I can't do it. Kagan says, I know that, thank you. Kagan takes the sail in and the dory goes a-drifting. Kagan takes the sail off the yard and he pulls it round him. Now you keep me warm. The wind says he can't keep you warm. The wind snatches off north by east, I'll freeze you. Kagan says, I'm not afraid of cold. But Kagan is afraid. He doesn't know what to do. Oh, the wind is working now. The wind brings ice and snow. The wind blows long and black. Kagan says, I'm dying. Sail, keep me warm. The sail says, I can't do it, Peter. Kagan dying, and the wind blows. Kagan, 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 turn thee now to me, turn thy back unto the wind, and all the weary wind deceive. Kagan, 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 lay thee down to sleep, for I will come to comfort thee, and all thy dear body keep. So Kagan lies down in the bottom of the boat and tries not to be afraid of the dying. And he dreamed of her then, of his wife. He dreamed she was coming to him. He heard a great calling down the wind, and he lifted his head, and he saw her coming to him. Down the smoking sea she came, and over the rails of the dory she came, and laughing to his arms. And all the night of the storm they did lay, and the wind and the sea went away. So in the morning they found him asleep with a sail wrapped round him, and there was a seal lying with him, curled over him like a blanket there, and the snow was upon the seal.